artists.
Okay, but I don't want to lose this idea, is what's happening in London today? I remember when I mentioned at the beginning, yes. David, can we do this without Julian? Because you and I and Julian Schnabel had a program right here at this table in which most of it was a great give and take and back and forth and dialogue and conflict and confrontation between you and Julian, of which, as I remember, Julian said that you basically didn't know what the hell you were talking about when you suggested that there was something interesting happening in art in London. Do I remember well?
Well, yeah, it's somewhere in there, but I mean, that's it. We kind of, you know, I hope we love each other, Julian. We get on great.
Okay, but let me say with this idea, is there something...
I think it's hard and was hard, and not so much now, well, I don't know, maybe it is, for American artists to actually believe that anything could possibly be important that came out of London. And I think it shocked a lot of people.
Same for
is Damien Hirst
was a lot of London artists.
Until 10 years ago, it shocked them. We all thought, well, London art is rubbish. New York is where it's at. Yeah. And then you ask what's happening now. What's happening now is artists in their early 30s who've been working for 10 years or so, or mid-30s, who is the sort of Damien Hirst generation, who suddenly emerged as this group, making London art now the recognised top international art spot.
Is it?
Yeah, I would have thought the the only place in the world where
because of Damien Hirst?
Yeah.
Not just New York. Damien dragged it into focus, but there was an awful lot of new, irresistible talent under his arms.
Yeah, it was art about contemporary life. It was incredibly vivid, very strong. It was kind of had a bit of pop in it and a bit of
very
painting,
autobiographical,
bit of film, bit of photography, a bit of autobiography, a lot of realism, a lot of black humour,
grit,
a lot of sort of drollery.
I think you end the middle of the century with these great French artists. I mean, there's really, these really kind of amazing artists.
The 19th century.
The middle of the century, you know, as I said, Leger, Picasso, Chagall, Matisse.
French modernism.
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable. French modernism, absolutely incredible. And on the heels of them are people like de Kooning, etc. But they're lesser artists. Then you kind of, in my opinion, you're ending the century, as I say, with Oldenburg, Seller, Johns, Rauschenberg. Maybe in 2050, it might well be Jeff Koons, it might well be Damien Hirst, it might well be Tracy Emin, these kind of people. But I think it's way, way too early to start promoting them quite as strong as they're being promoted.
But you're already suggesting that the history is known and is carved in stone. That's not necessarily true. I think the threads of history are so entangled, they start to detangle at a certain point. For instance, Picasso no longer has the ultimate priority that he had, say, even 15 years ago. Duchamp has caught up so much with another generation, and that happens continually.
But that's happened through the artists.
Emphasis changed, so the quantifying great is almost nonsensical because it's periodic. Is the emphasis, though, of this conversation possibly wrong because it's all about who's going to be there at the end of the game, and it's like this kind of Olympics thing? Is it not really? Shouldn't it revolve around? Is it useful? Is all the stuff that they do, is it useful? You know, can we do anything with it?
Well, what's art for now? What is art for in 1998? I mean, we knew what it was about in the Renaissance, we knew what it was about in the 50s, we knew about it in the 60s. I mean, what actually is art for today? I mean, the corporations have now left it, they no longer buy it, collectors don't buy it much. I mean, what is art for now? It's a very interesting, important question.
Yeah, and there's no real solid answer. I mean, everyone has their views, and if you didn't have a view about it, then why would you be interested in it at all? And you can say on the one hand, well, it's for money. On the other hand, you can say it's about, well, life is mysterious. Who's going to tell us about that mystery? And and maybe Schnabel and Koons and Damien Hirst in their own ways. That's their endeavour, as much as it is about getting publicity and making money. It's
but see, I really believe that these artists work in a kind of a white heat. They kind of don't even know what they're doing virtually.
But all arts has been like that.
Yeah, no, I think it's a plus. But I mean, I think that's why I'm saying we have to wait and see. But their energy is exciting, and that's what's pushing them to the fore right now. But time will have to work out what, when we look back, if we're still around in 2050 or 2020 even, we'll get some idea. And we'll say, well, actually, that's not interesting. Why it won't be interesting, maybe, is because we won't be living like that anymore. We'll be living like this. And so that kind of art will become irrelevant, and they will not be important. But another kind of art will be important.
I think
programmers. I think the people who buy programmers and collect programmers who can do extraordinary things with computers.
It's
that's
spooky.
What
Well, I'm sure you're right, but it's spooky the way painting never really goes away and keeps coming back. And even now, at its trendiest, white-hot moment, in art. Painting is so big still.
Sure.
And I wouldn't be surprised in 2050 if there's still lots of sales of canvases and brushes and tubes of paint.
Well,
People
I would disagree with that one. I think it'll be a problem selling paintbrushes in 2050.
You do?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that people, I think
boxes.
artists will still paint, but I don't think they'll render. I don't think there'll be too much rendering of, you know, a kind of a tree and stuff like that. I think paint will, there'll be it'll go on and on.
As long as there's a Glasgow, Bernard, there'll always be a painter.
Can we explain this one, David?
Well, I mean, singularly kept painting going in Britain.
I see, you mean the kind of Scottish
There would,
school.
I agree that there would be very little painting
But I mean, do they
going
look
on
good?
if it
Do those
hadn't
guys
been
look good?
instigate-
I mean, they look, you know.
That's difficult to say, actually.
Well, they don't
the
look good to
Glasgow
me.
crowd.
I'm out of time, unfortunately.
All right.
21 is the name of the publishing company.
21.
David's idea.
Modern Painters is the name of the magazine. Thank you all. Thank you, David.
Thank you very much for having us.
Half of it we didn't cover, so I expect you to be back here at this table to pick up on some things. No, we like the suit.
I'll wear that suit next time.
And I'll wear that one next time. But you owe me another 30 minutes, sir. And these people are witnesses. I've enjoyed it very much, all of it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Thank you very much. Success on the publishing and on the magazine and on the gallery and on whatever career, wherever you are.
Whatever it is you do.
Whatever you want to do
And I certainly hope I'll be here. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Charlie Rose is made possible by USA Networks as part of our continuing commitment to innovative television. Through USA Network and the Sci-Fi Channel, we provide original entertainment to America and the world.
Anywhere, anytime, any book. BarnesandNoble.com, where the world shops for books.
Cisco Systems, the company that brought the internet to business, is pleased to help bring The Charlie Rose Show to PBS. Cisco Systems, empowering the internet generation.
Charlie Rose is also made possible by these funders.
And by Bloomberg, a provider of multimedia news and information services worldwide. Closed captioning funded by the U.S. Department of Education.
To order Charlie Rose program transcripts and video cassettes, call 1-800-ALL-NEWS or write to the address on your screen. Please indicate show date and guest.
This is PBS.
Coming up this week on Charlie Rose, Tom Hanks, the actor, on space exploration, Yo-Yo Ma, the cellist, on music, and Robert Wright, the president of NBC, on television. Join us.